Well, I've been kicked out of my near every bar around. I've been locked up for driving 120 through town. I've been shot at and cut with a knife, messing around with another man's wife. But other than that, we ain't nothing, just good old boys. Threw my boss out the window and got fired for my last job. Hot wired a city truck and turned it over in the mayor's yard. Beat my brother-in-law half to death. Lost $20 on his football bet. But other than that, we ain't nothing, just good old boys. Good old boys.
Hey, good morning, everybody. What the heck?
I don't know what happened.
Oh, did the camera get bumped? I think
Cody,
the camera got bumped a little bit.
Cody's back.
Yeah. Come on.
Could have
Come on,
happened.
Commander. There we go.
Oh, that's better.
There we go. That's
We
much
look-
better.
We look good.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wade and Carter Show. Ash, my compinche Brent. Spanish.
That's
I'm
nice.
learning Spanish.
Welcome all the listeners at Magic 95.9 FM. We are the Gringo section of the program.
We are.
We're here.
And if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah,
like the
and
video.
subscribe.
Share it to your friends too on YouTube. And if
Monty
you're on
Howard
Facebook,
on YouTube.
you can like and follow us or like us on Facebook as well. And appreciate everybody who tunes in. Let's see who's on the podium this morning before we get to the weather. Ricky King, Matt Boucher, Greg Garcia on the podium this morning. Weather today brought to you by the great folks, as it is every day, over at AT Deerland Hay Feed and Ranch Services. Go see Jackie for all your, she'll answer all your questions about anything you have, whether it's livestock, pet related, farm and ranch related. She can do it all.
Hot and sunny today, 76 to 96 under
Nice.
sunny skies.
Thanks. Buddy Stavanoa checking in. Junior Samples. Good morning. Rena Scherer, Bobby Leister on a post-Caldo Thursday.
Judge Posey.
Monty Howard, Linda Chris, Scott Snow, Ashley Strevel. Good morning.
Ashton's checking in to make sure that we get this right
Yeah.
when we report about this latest
Absolutely.
debacle.
There's Jackie Parsons, Georgie Gutierrez. Mom, good morning.
Hi, Mom.
Junior asking Commander Cody to fix us as well. There's Tommy Kingston. Good to see you, sir. Micah Patton, John Anderson, Jordan Glass. Let me
The
do this
Beverly
real quick.
Wood Hunting and Fishing Foundation.
Randy Langston, good morning. Looks like everybody's in. That's everybody that's in so far.
Rikers
Might be a few
here.
others.
Well,
Andrew
everybody else is
Alvarez.
boiling water.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're,
that's-
they're busy this
Why
morning.
wouldn't you?
Why
You
wouldn't
get
you?
up
You
early.
have
What are
to.
you going to do today? Boil some water. You and I am not sure we agree on this, and I'm just going to verbally destroy you today.
I don't know that we don't disagree.
I think
Just
this is
coming at it
the
from a different-
dumbest, most egregious governmental overreach in the history of preventative medicine. PCEQ is in so far over the tips of their skis that I wish they would fall into a little ball and roll down the mountain.
I don't know if they're over their skis. I think they are. It feels like, doesn't it? I mean, we're a month away from the last one. Doesn't it feel like they're targeting us, maybe?
Well, I think that you've got that guy, that picture, that Barney 5 TCEQ guy who's got a badge, a little authority.
He's been given one vial
Yeah, you know,
to
he
collect water.
that's what he had. For those of you that don't know, and Mr. Analogy is about to rear his beautiful
For those
head.
that don't know, Victoria is under a boil water notice again for the second time in
Again.
about a month.
Let me
because
tell you,
chlorine levels at one remote section of our water
out
system
by Holt Road and 59 North,
near Telfner,
Out-
not even
yes.
affecting the folks at the airport, probably resulting in dirty meth from the meth labs in Telfner. That's
Well-
the only negative.
you might. I also had several conversations with various city officials yesterday and was assured that this particular location, this test site, remember, Victoria tests water all over town every day.
And I confirmed this morning they've been doing more so since the last boil water notice.
Absolutely. So here's the deal. At a fire hydrant, at the literal end of the line, before you go out into Telfner, at a fire hydrant, the old standard was 0.3.
Under the chloramines or whatever.
The new standard is 0.2.
Because of the chlorine burn.
And one fire hydrant in the middle of nowhere tested 0.15. Now, I visited with a gentleman who's in the water business, works closely with a lot of the plants, and said that the way they test this is akin to the old pool system where you, not the Lisa pool system, but like your swimming pool. They have a reagent and you put the water in there, you shake it, and then you compare it to a color chart. So if it's below 0.2, if it's not quite the right shade of blue, you must notify somebody. That's fine. Forget that the other X number of tests that were done in the 24-hour period were all 0.2 or better. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. It would be one thing if they were finding algae, bacteria. Then
or
TCEQ, I believe, has a duty to say boil immediately. But when you find a minutely depleted level in the preventative agent and immediately go to a mandatory boil status, I think you are singling out our community. I'm not a fan. TCEQ is over the tips of their skis. You may say, well, you've got to err on the side of being safe. And you may say, heads need to roll. This is a city hall problem. BS. I'm going to give you the analogy of financially, and I realize safety first, the consequences to the economy second. I get that. Big Brother is here to protect you. Here's the analogy you need to dwell on. For TCEQ to not allow 24 hours and test it again, the same water specialist told me, you may go back to that exact hydrant right now and test it again and get 0.3.
Well, let me give you this update real quick, because since yesterday evening, the city's been meeting the minimum required chlorine residual set by TCEQ.
So how long does it take to reverse this overreach?
To ensure those results were consistent, which they were. So now the city is just waiting on Why isn't TCEQ officials up overnight?
Why is it an emergency for TCEQ to be down here and make sure this is resolved? I'm going to give you the analogy. I defy you to find fault with it. When you consider the expense involved, the headache involved, the hassle involved, and the slight to the name of Victoria, this is exactly as if you went to a remote corner of the upstairs stairwell on the top floor of the Citizens Hospital parking garage, and you found a single fire extinguisher that was out of date compliance by 1 day. Should that be resolved? Yes. Is that something somebody should have probably caught? Maybe. But you go back, and because you are the fire marshal, you immediately call for the evacuation of the entire hospital. We don't have a fire. We don't have any fuel. We don't have an arsonist. We've got a fire extinguisher that's out of date. Or do you say, hey, give you 24 hours to replace that fire extinguisher, or we've got to have a talk? Common sense says you don't take Granny off the operating table and wheel her out onto Rio Grande. TCEQ has overstepped their bounds on your dollar. You want Starbucks? Forget it. Last night we got to go. We were privileged to attend a football meeting at West High School. On the way, Dawn said, hey, I think I need a Coke Zero. You want to whip into the Texan? Sorry, they've got duct tape over the front of their fountain drinks. Governmental overreach. Don't cry to me about safety. There is no exposure. Did you know that a extremely high-ranking city official reached out to TCEQ and asked, have you ever immediately gone to boiling over something like this? The answer was yes. One time we found algae in the water, and one time we found bacteria in the water. There is no threat. Nobody got sick last time. If they tell you they did, you need to understand they're a hypochondriac. Nobody was exposed to anything to make them sick the last time. Bill Booker says, good analogy. Bill, is great too hard a word on a Thursday? It's the consummate.
You're never great on a Thursday. You're always great on a Friday.
Consummate analogy.
You're just good Monday to Thursday.
Up in the top corner of the parking garage where nobody goes, one fire extinguisher got missed, and the date was out of code.
You know why it's
by the way, it was found by a citizen's employee.
You know why it's a great analogy? We spent all night composing it.
I did
in
not.
This book.
It came to me as if a gift from above.
He was doing some paperwork, ladies and gentlemen.
Find fault with the analogy. We are at this moment wheeling bodies of all states of disrepair out of Citizens Hospital over a fire extinguisher on the top floor of the parking garage where nobody goes. And there is no fire. Now, if there was a fire up there and every hydrant in the hospital or every fire extinguisher in the hospital was out of compliance, I've got a problem. Georgia Gutierrez says, hey, city leadership is also responsible. I don't agree with washing their hands of it all. I'm with you on that. I am, Georgia. But we're just so quick to want to blame people. And I'm not saying that
and the city says they've been testing the water more frequently. Right. So if it is, it's a snapshot in time.
But by definition, it's a reactionary science, right? You test the water. If it goes to 0.8, well, then we have to back off the chlorine a little bit. If it goes to 0.15, then we have to add a little chlorine. It's not like there's just there you go. Everybody gets one drop per million.
And there's not. Maybe there is, I don't know, but I don't believe there's little chlorine pumping stations all throughout, right? You dump it in.
That's right.
Washes through.
Jonathan Williams says, yes, they're making Victoria look like Flint, Michigan.
Which is interesting because this is nothing like Flint,
That's
Michigan.
Exactly right. There is nothing in the water to cause anybody any angst. Roy says, how is TCEQ to blame? Because they didn't give the city 24 hours to get back in compliance. What they did was they acted like the city. You're now a habitual offender, and we are going to put you on immediate boil ban because we had this little badge. No respect for all the money it's costing Victoria's businesses. Realize that nobody is getting sick.
I'd be curious to see if TCEQ has done this before.
Right.
Roy says they are. They are what?
They are what? I mean, they are, to me, they are responsible. I think TCEQ.
Bill Booker asked a question. The Texan had to shut his fountain drinks down. That's 10 miles from where they found the.
That's exactly right, Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm way over here at 87 in the Loop, and out there by the airport, one fire hydrant was out of compliance for 25 minutes, and TCEQ shuts down the city. Now, don't get me wrong. We put these people in place to protect us, and they should. You find bacteria in the water? I want to know. You find algae in the water? I want to know. Sewage in the water? I want to know. Fecal matter. I want to know. That's a tough diet, man. That's a tough diet when you ingest a little fecal matter.
You lose weight real quick.
You will. Whoosh.
Heather Stewart says the icing on this great analogy was wheeling Granny out of the operating room on the Rio Grande.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Ash taught me long ago that radio is theater of the mind. I'm like, can you put some saran wrap over that open leg wound that we were operating on? Yeah. Thank you.
Andy Rokovich, the issue I'm having is the state tests water in different cities over 100 times a week. Only Victoria keeps failing.
Yeah. Do you believe that? You believe that's the case? You really think that's the case? Or do you think that other cities maybe don't report everything as faithfully as the city of Victoria has been so honest to do? I don't know.
No, I think there might be some truth to Andy's. Maybe there is a problem with our water system.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm drinking iced tea. It was made with Victoria's water. Listen.
If points in our, but
H.
maybe there is some issues with our system. Let's be honest. The last time it was over Meori and Stockbauer was below the threshold. Now we get out to Holt Road by Telfner. And
I wonder if that
threshold.
water also came from the Wade and Carter water station there at Ben Jordan and Airline.
Maybe the problem's us.
Well, here's what I would tell you. I know how to solve the problem. We have a 100-year-old water system. You ready to reach into your pocketbook? We can tax you. Tax. All taxation is theft. I'd rather boil water. TCEQ overreach. Telling you. They didn't have to put it on emergency boil ban. They could have given the city 24 hours and tested it again. They didn't find anything in the water to create problems. They found a fire extinguisher with an expired date. Still showed pressure, 100%. Date's expired. You're going on immediate boiling of water. I think we missed a call from Bobby Leister.
Standard of care? I don't know. Governmental
overreach is what it is.
Well, or it could be like India with no governmental reach at all.
It's a little different.
Drinking brown water out of the Ganges River.
Speaking of that, you're Canadian. You drink a lot of brown water. Push that blue thing up and see if Bobby Leister answers.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
Hey, we're good. How are you?
We are pensive and anxious to hear what you have to say, great one.
Okay, so I used to work for the county. We tested drinking water. There's several things that come into play here. You know, Victoria tests their water all the time. We are a third-party agent that checked the water to make sure it was fine, sent the results to TCQ. So there's no hiding. Now, here's the other side of the coin. City of Victoria, or let's say this, if you owned a restaurant in the county but not in the city, and you were on well water, you had to have your well chlorinated. You drink chlorinated water just like the city. Well, and you have to have it tested just like the city. Problem is, sometimes it comes back bad. So you have to do all of this chlorination and all this stuff just like the city does. Similar technically. But the problem
scale. Same thing, smaller scale.
Right. The problem is now you have a bullseye on your back. And after the first couple of times that I saw this, and, you know, TCEQ would come down to these places and stuff, and, you know, or they'd come in the restaurant, and I would tell them, guys, you have a bullseye on your back now. They are going to watch everything you're doing for 6 months to a year to make sure you're doing it right.
Right.
You know.
Sure.
Now, also, TCEQ would come down and audit our water lab. And it was always funny because I had a couple water lab managers while I was working in this water lab, one of my many jobs. And I noticed after about the third year, because they'd always, I want a perfect score. I want a perfect score. I figured out after the third year, you are not going to get a perfect score on your water lab that everything is, you know, because that's TCQ. You are not going to get 100. You'll get a 98, but you'll get 100.
Their job is to find something. That's their job. Right. And more power to them. But do you agree that in this case, at a citywide scope, that it's a little overkill to require the entire city to go on boil? It's not like they found bacteria at one location.
Well, but lower
No, I know.
chlorine levels typically means the chlorine is being used up because it's attacking something.
Right.
You mean the
No,
chlorine's
I
actually
agree.
doing its job?
Yeah, so
Okay,
there is
well,
something
good.
in the water.
Add
that's
a little
doing the job.
chlorine. We don't know that.
Right.
It could be that the chlorine wasn't being put in at a level consistent to maintain 0.2.
Right.
They're
But see,
adjusting it.
here's part of it also. If that line at the end of the line, that chlorine level, if you're not moving water through there, that water sits. That
Yes,
chlorine
and
will
it
eventually dissipates. But do I think it's a little overreach? Yeah. But Victoria has a bullseye on their back because of that, unfortunately. So
But see,
we're
that's
all
great.
caught in the quandary.
So I agree with
Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
Thank you, guys.
You bet. Thank you. I have no problem with Victoria having a bullseye on its back. I have no problem with TCEQ calling Jesus Garza and going, what the hell, man? But I do have a problem that I can't go get a Starbucks. And I do have, not for me, for Starbucks. I do have a problem that Veracruz now has to boil water to make iced tea. I do have a problem that David Murphy can't sell a salad today because he can't wash the lettuce. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars of citywide revenue because some TCEQ guy wants to prove a point to Victoria. We all just agreed. Victoria's got a target on its back.
He may not want to prove a point. He may want to try to get a raise or a promotion.
I want a square trash can. My trash can is round. If it doesn't bother you, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe I'm wrong. I know.
But if you don't have standards, what kind of water system do you have?
I agree.
India.
If you
Or
find
Bangladesh.
So Roy Gutierrez, somebody I respect, adore, and love. He's a little brown taco. Remember? He says, no, it's not overkill. The city is at fault, but we're blaming TCEQ because it's convenient to blame someone else. City of Victoria needs to get their poopy icon straight. I don't disagree, but can we agree that while the city needs to be getting their ducks in a row, it's kind of a moving target? I mean, it's clearly something that they're having to work on. And can we also agree that while they're obviously actively working on this, that nobody has gotten sick from Victoria's water, nor has our water tested positive for fecal matter, bacteria, or algae? I think we should agree upon that. That, yeah, we're complaining over a small tear in a safety net that we haven't used. Here we are, we're on the high wire. We're walking. You look down, one thread is broken on that safety net.
You're going to land on that safety
Are you
net?
going to shut down the whole circus over that?
Yep.
Shut it down. Get him down. What if he fell? That one thread, he could fall through that hole. I get it, but it didn't happen. Erica Briggs tosses in, come to Paravita or the Vita Cafe. We have tons of bottled water. We're washing all of our produce, but we've been making coffees, teas, and drinks. And last night we stocked up on ice. Great time to take a break and come back. Your thoughts matter. Give them to us. 894-4020, Paravita Wellness. Get in and get healthy. I had a hamburger patty last night. It was like a sirloin patty. It was great. 100%. Loved it. Vita Cafe, they'll be ready for the brunch this weekend.
Absolutely.
They do a tremendous job.
I've heard great things about
the brunch is spectacular. They do a great job. Chesapeake and Love, make your house a home. Get by and see Bobby Leon. You can sit there with your freshly boiled water and just have a blast in a best recliner, or you can relax and repose on your Tempur-Pedic bed. You can have all kinds of other
accoutrement
delivered to your home. Call Bobby Leon and his family for over 105 years. Chesapeake and Love, make your house a home. Brand us, Commander Cody, back in studio. He works remote.
Howdy.
He's here. If you need him, go to Facebook. Check out his Facebook presence. Brand us. Sounds so simple. Brand us here in Muddy River City. We need you. Atzenhofer and Atzenhofer.com. Atzenhofer, go see Tommy Taylor. He's been inviting you by to see him long before he was dealership principal. Now he's the man. He is the guy. Go by and see Tommy Taylor at Atzenhofer today. Went Services, Went Electrical, Went for all your generator and general electrical needs. Reach out to Went for all your needs. Roy Gutierrez adds, I can agree with that comment, Brent, but let's keep it safe out of precaution so we never get to that point.
And I agree with that.
I
Because
100% agree
there's
with
a
that. I do.
reason. That's a reason why we have water safety levels the way
Absolutely.
we have them, because we are a first world country. And now in Victoria, we're experiencing third world problems. I hate to say it.
Andrew Alvarez does make what I believe to be the quintessential point. So basically, it seems like we are getting shut down because 2 drops of chlorine went out instead of 3. I could not agree more.
Quite
Now,
possibly, but I spoke with a civil engineer who works in water on this the last time, and he
were they
says,
staying at a Holiday Inn Express?
no, this is a legitimate guy who's been in the water industry for 30 plus years. And your chlorine levels, much like your pool, evaporation, as Bobby said, dissipates by water being stagnant, or the chlorine is using itself up, battling whatever might be in the water that chlorine is designed to kill. Those are the reasons your chlorine levels drop.
Jonathan Williams asks, has the city ever given updates on the root cause analysis the mayor mentioned? I'm not sure they've had time to finish the study.
I don't think so either. A month out, probably a little quick.
But
And until I got confirmation that the city has been doing more diligent testing since TECUQ came the last time, that was my first question when you and I were made aware of this yesterday. Did the city not know TCEQ was going to be coming back? And I called them a different acronym.
yeah, I love it
tipsy
because
last
it's
night.
kind of like that LBGTQ plus minus analysis thing that we do. And it cracks me up because last night it was TDECUQ. I'm like, it's not a credit union. They're not coming in here to give you a car loan.
No.
I think the thing to look at is,
it's like SMU after the death penalty from the NCAA. They knew they were going to be watched even stronger, right?
no doubt about it.
And so that was my question, but it was confirmed that the city has been doing more diligent testing throughout the city since TECU came. So,
We
I
look
mean, how do
kinda
you
pinchy.
keep doing this?
It's like we're saving money on chlorine. I want one that says, how about that? 0.9. That's where it's at today. Like you take a drink and your insides are bleached. Like, whoa, man, that's like drinking at the YMCA pool with a straw.
You don't have to go bleach body parts if you drink the water in
Stop it.
Victoria.
Just pass it. Here's the thought. I think the consensus I'm getting from the majority of the group, as if that really matters. I mean, like, right? It's like we're not a democracy, but we'll talk about it. Is that the city needs to be doing a better job of keeping these numbers in compliance. And somebody, some group, some organization, some section of the city government should be held accountable for getting that number between 0.2 and 0.5. Okay, I'm all for that. Hey, can we also agree that since, for all we know, 0.05 would kill all the bacteria and all the algae and all the fecal matter?
I don't know that it does, though. That's why the levels are where they are, because
Okay.
that's what's proven to kill the stuff in the water.
So then
That
we
would be
use
my
the
guess.
phrase, it's Latin, res ipsa loquitur, which means the thing speaks for itself. We haven't ever failed a test. Our drinking water is refreshingly free of the chlorine smell, and yet we have no pollutants in it, especially at the fire hydrant level on the extreme north end of town, the farthest spot away from the water plant. Now, I agree that there may have been some algae along the way. And because that line doesn't get used very often, because in fact, most of the time, if Telfner catches on fire, we let it burn and call it community improvement. So the hose that they go out there to the farthest point, do you think it's a coincidence that the TCEQ little bandy rooster with his badge went out there to the farthest point and said, gotcha. And then when he got you,
Tied us to the chain tracks.
absolutely turned around and said, immediate water oil.
Notice.
Gotcha. Take that, Victoria.
We've talked about this for 20 minutes now.
It's the
Well,
biggest
it's a big-
story in the history of the
okay.
world. I mean, what else do you want? The other thing we could talk about, watch the phones light up over this one. Trump's latest round of tariffs went into effect today. Many countries getting double what they were paying. A special deal has been cut for China on certain things and for Mexico on certain things.
Honey K says, I saw them bleeding all the fire hydrants near Telfner yesterday evening. Was wondering what was going on.
There you go. Corn Bell says,
Thank you for
sounds like
checking in,
we,
Honey K. I don't know who you are, but it's the first time I've seen that name pop up.
welcome in,
Comments?
Honey K.
you
Sounds
for
like we
listening.
upset somebody. I think you're right. She's from out in Telfner. Good deal.
Andrew Alvarez says when he's pressure washing, he uses anywhere from 0.5 to 1.5% chlorine to kill the mold. There you go.
There you go. I don't have a problem at all with having the standard. I have no problem with having the standard enforced. I have no problem with finding why or which person at the city is in charge of that and why it isn't working right now. But I think we have to be also open-minded enough to picture yourself being the Murphys waking up this morning at Chick-fil-A and going, well, it's another day without salads. Sell the ones we made yesterday. We can't sell anymore. Make
Not
sure
to mention
everybody
you have
knows.
to toss out all the lettuce in a couple of days because you haven't been able to use it. It starts to turn brown and wilts.
Yeah.
Goes bad because of our food standard rules. We can't serve brownie lettuce to people.
There you go. Well, you could if you remember that Chipotle, they had that. No, but I'm being sincere when I tell you that it is really akin to, you got a fire hydrant out of a fire extinguisher out of compliance by one day on your date.
Proud of that analogy.
Evacuate the hospital. It's perfect. It's a perfect
It's a good
analogy.
analogy.
It was a perfect analogy. I did it. I do it again. It's perfect.
It's the best analogy ever.
Donald Trump set to meet with Vlad Putin in person, probably at one of Trump's golf resort properties, wouldn't you think?
Well, where else would
Where
it
else
be?
would you go? Yeah, he's
Moscow National.
right. Trump, Minsk. What's another Russian city besides Moscow?
Vladivostok.
There you go.
St. Petersburg.
Trump Hotel. St.
Formerly-
I thought there was
Leningrad.
just the one.
Oh,
Trump
there's
Hotel.
many.
Moscow. I like it.
Yeah, new tariffs going into effect today. 70 trading partners facing tariffs ranging from 10 to 41%.
Well,
To see exactly where these tariffs are. Blah,
you have
blah,
to see what he's
blah.
doing, right? So, for example, Russia buys a lot of oil. No, India buys a lot of oil from Russia. Trump is trying to exert political influence upon Russia to end the Ukraine war. Therefore, Trump put a really high tariff on India.
25% additional tariff on India. That takes the total tariff rate to 50% on India. Here's the reason why with India. I think-
Lilo. Nothing wrong with Victoria water.
Hey, where are people listening from today? Let us see that. I'm curious to know. Well, I think there's two reasons that we're doing what we're doing to India. Most of it has to do with Russia and them continuing to buy Russian oil, either directly or indirectly. That's pretty apparent. And I still think that the U.S. doesn't like the way India acts on the world stage. The Indian government has been known to be very, very covert in killing political operatives around the globe. And they don't really deny it.
Right. So you can read that verbatim if you would like to. This is later this morning's news right now.
Press release going out at 8 o'clock this morning that we've done our part And the ball is now in TCEQ's court. Crews have flushed the area yesterday afternoon. We've been hitting the chlorine residual we need to in the affected area since yesterday afternoon. However, the city has not received word from TCEQ on what we need to do to rescind the boil water notice.
There you go. So the city went out and started testing it. They flushed the line. They've been hitting the number that's required
In the area,
since yesterday afternoon. They've been hitting the number in every other area that they test every day. They spend all day assuring that your water is good.
India's been importing nearly $53 billion worth of oil from Russia last year alone. That's up from approximately $1 billion before Moscow invaded Ukraine, which is understandable because they need the money
To fight the war.
and they need so that's But what's interesting,
50 times increase. India's getting 53 billion. Last year they only got 1 billion. Interesting. So
Russian officials
Trump's
expressing a desire to meet with President Trump.
Yeah.
Not the other way around. But President Trump said that he is open to meeting with both Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to try to end the war.
I remember thinking it was very, very irresponsible and arrogant when Zelensky said, I can't believe that he's going to meet with Putin first and not me. Look, little man, sit down. We'll get to you.
Here we go. Houston, LA, people in Germany, people in Australia, Kansas, Victoria, Corpus Christi. That's where people are listening from this morning on the Magic app. Thank you all, folks.
Good day, down under.
If you can't tune in for the entire hour on Magic, you can always catch us on Facebook later in the day or on YouTube. So make sure that you visit those pages, follow us, subscribe, like us, share it with your friends.
The Australians would say, that's not dirty water. This is dirty water.
Absolutely.
Come on in.
Yeah, I mean, the people are going, oh, he's targeting the poor people and those on Medicare with tariffs and pharmaceuticals. As we found out through COVID, our pharmaceutical industry is beholden to China.
No doubt. Back on the India-Russia deal, Torrin Bell says, I think absolutely spot on. He said, I'm sure Russia is discounting their oil to the point that India can't help themselves.
$53 billion. That's a lot of discounts if they're selling that much oil compared to where they were pre-war.
Linda
I wonder
Crest,
how much of that is futures. I don't know that Russia can produce that much oil.
Linda Crest says, you better buy American after today. Otherwise, you're going to pay more. And that is the whole point.
But here's the thing, though, with that. We've been paying apparently 18% tariffs, which is the highest tariff level since 1934. Yet inflation still isn't where it was a few years ago when we were 9% under Biden year over year, almost 10%. And inflation was transitory. It's funny how 3% in June or whatever it was
is tragic.
Is tragic, and inflation is no longer transitory, whatever the hell that means, which is a bunch of BS anyway.
Yeah, they lied to you. Biden's economy was so bad that inflation was through the roof.
Here's what I don't understand with Ukraine, Vladimir, if you're listening, here's a little bit of war strategy for you. He should be. They're listening in Germany, which means they're probably listening in Kyiv this morning as well.
Vlad may be
or as we used to call it, Kiev. I don't know why we had to change our pronunciation for it. But anyway, Vladimir, buddy, instead of sending your drones to blow up buildings and Russian soldiers, go attack a couple of petroleum refineries. If you really want to get at Russia, start hitting them where it hurts.
See, what you don't get is Ukraine intends to take over Russia. And when they do, they will need those refineries. Jonathan Williams says, I will say for those like us who have wells, there are things in well water as well. We had ours tested and found high levels of thiamine, silica, and PFAs. This is a 5-year-old well. Yeah.
All that stuff leaching in the water.
Right.
Thiamine, is that a vitamin?
Thiamine. I don't know.
This one interesting yesterday.
Sad.
Should we take a break before we get into
We
this? one?
could.
Yeah,
Let's take
do
a
that
break.
real
Let's
quick.
get that over. Let's do it. Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. A date to be announced soon.
Soon.
Please sit on the edge of your seat until you hear Wade and Carter night.
And then when you come join us and sit in our section.
so much
Palace
fun.
Bingo. It is a lot of fun. Shopping block, $7 fillets on sale again.
$7
Still.
baseball steaks.
Yep.
$12 fillets.
Or, there we go.
You just gave a huge discount on fillets, but they're worth
My
it.
bad.
Get in and get a fillet today. USA Concrete Coatings, 578 Home. Charlie Garcia can help you with all your concrete needs, the finishing of your concrete. That's the beauty. Veracruz Restaurant, get back in today. Post Caldo Wednesday, Thursday. Another famous day.
I went yesterday. Did not have the caldo.
You did it.
I had the pork chop plate. It was today. It was a special yesterday.
Pork chop plate.
It's really good.
Very nice. Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Let Allen be your go-to Toto. Allen's can help you get from here to there. Flatbeds to just deliver a vehicle. Flatbeds to bring your non-performing vehicle to Atzenhofer for a trade-in. Allen's Wrecker Service for all your towing needs. White trash services, white trash site services. You got an unsightly building or a piece of property out in the county or in town.
They're doing a great job. And you know how I know this? Not because I've used them for their site services, but the fact that I see more and more white trash site service
No
signs
doubt.
around town.
Yeah.
Their business is growing because we're telling you how great a job they're doing. So people are calling and hiring.
They are blowing and going.
And the Dollar Floor Store, the Floor Trader. Get in, go see Tamara. She's also got a really good eye for design. So if you give her an idea of what you're doing, she'll help you pick out the colors and the look that you're going for. So
Stephanie Connie says AC name. What am I missing there?
I don't know. No idea.
Can you like expand on that question? We're here for you. I just don't know what AC name. Ream, Rude, Carrier. Those are AC names,
Guardian.
All my favorites.
right?
5 soldiers wounded at Fort Stewart in Georgia yesterday. A gunman is a 28-year-old male Army sergeant. I don't know how they put male in there. Does it really matter?
Right. Why didn't they put a 28-year-old white male or black male? Why do we have to keep defining this guy who's clearly unhinged?
Used a personal handgun against members of his own unit. He's the sergeant. Nearby soldiers then tackled him before law enforcement arrived to place him in custody.
All 5 of the victims were transported to a nearby Army hospital in stable condition. An investigation is ongoing. Authorities have not publicly disclosed a motive as of this writing.
But apparently the sergeant has never been deployed
Overseas.
So
I guess that's saying he's probably not compromised
PTSD.
or compromised by the. Fort Stewart houses 8,800 people and covers over 437 square miles. It's located about 40 miles southwest of Savannah. It's just a little smaller than VISD, which has,
612 square miles of excellence.
pure excellence.
Look at that. We got somebody listening over in Thailand.
Oh, konnichiwa. Wait, that's
not
Japanese.
correct at all.
good morning, Thailand. Man, I would love for somebody in Thailand. They're listening on Magic. I wish they would go to Facebook or YouTube and just tell us where they are and how they found us.
The Baja Peninsula?
Oh, that's somebody at Cabo San Lucas. Yeah, that's awesome. Now we have
No, not
fans.
far enough south. We're up more in the
They got drunk last night and drove up there. It's anarchy. They can go wherever they want.
New York. It's interesting.
I love it. We appreciate all of our listeners all over
Eric
the
Adams is
country.
listening this morning.
Mayor Adams. Mayor, boy, talk about trouble. Trouble. They got listeria outbreak in Harlem, probably from the water. Maybe some TCEQ up there to rein that stuff in.
Maybe I wonder if the city's going to do what Iran did, and Iran shut down their government offices because of their water issues. I wonder if our city will shut down.
Yeah, I wish they would have given us 24 hours to rectify the situation. That's my only wish. Yeah.
Sounds like the city's been trying.
Yeah. Now, and you and I would both say there's no such thing as trying. There's either doing or not doing. So I can take that hard line too. I just know that the city's doing all they can. And I do have a feeling that there's some duct tape, some zip ties, and some baling wire involved in the remedy.
And a little bit of bubble gum.
Right.
And the MacGyver playbook.
Come on, guys. It's all ball bearings these days.
Ty Williams checking in. A little WD-40 might work.
Some 30 weight.
Sherry Jacobs.
Andy Rokovich is, those are people using VPNs. Tomorrow, I'll be in Moscow. Don't steal our thunder. Don't kick us off our mountaintop experience.
We were huge in Europe before VPNs were even a thing.
That's right. Good morning, Uncle Norm. Hope you're doing well, my brother.
Stephanie, we no longer have a sponsor, so we cannot confirm or deny.
Oh, yeah, for sure, though. You know what?
Yeah.
We love the folks at Armor
no,
Air.
I'm
They
just
do
kidding.
a tremendous job.
Yeah.
That's dollar a holler Ash talking. It's like you don't pay, we don't say. Armor Air, they can help you with your air
They're
conditioning
really
problems.
good. Armor is good. Give
Good
Darren
folks.
a call. I have no problem.
Probably the best ad we've ever given you is after you left us in a lurch. It's like that's kind of like your girlfriend leaves and you tell your buddy she's a nice gal. Take her out.
Much of a friend at that point.
You're like wondering which of you he's getting back at.
No, Armor is really good. I still recommend them when people cook.
Highly good folks.
Darren Miller, great guy. Good folks. Let's see what else is happening this morning.
Super duper.
Somebody give us a call.
894-4020, 361-894-4020.
They tried to get Mike Huckabee on CBS News this morning. They tried to get him in a couple gotcha moments. I thought he did a really good job of shucking off the questions.
I like that. Shucking.
Thank you. Can't say other words in here.
That's right. Deflecting.
Yes. But they tried to catch him, and I thought he did a good job. He point blank said, Hamas could be doing more for their people. Why
Brother
aren't
Man's
they?
here.
Brother Man is here.
A day early.
He can't make it tomorrow.
Oh,
So
He
gave us
basically
a heads
said,
up.
I deny the concept that Israel is trying to euthanize or eradicate Hamas. If they were, that's not the word he used. What's the word when you try to get rid of an entire group? Wasn't euthanize, wasn't eradicate either. It was the word you would use.
Yeah.
What do you call it when
Exterminate.
basically exterminate? Like it was what Hitler tried to do to the Jews. But that's roughly what it is. At any rate, eliminate them. He says if they were, they would have already done it.
B. Small says he'd call, but there's too much static. We got to get that fixed. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, I apologize. Genocide. Thank you, Ty Williams. Thank you. The word of the day is genocide.
UHV grad. Look at him putting his education.
Look at the
to
big
use.
brain on Ty.
Yeah.
Ty and his dog. No, the dog was Ty, right? Buster Brown and his
Ethnic
dog
cleansing.
Ty.
Jarrett McCrugan comes in with that one.
Right there, but that's the
That was
concept.
that was the concept.
And,
that was more
genocide,
the Serbian,
that was the deal.
Bosnian.
Mike
they were
Huckabee
trying
is
to
the
do.
ambassador to Israel, former governor of Arkansas, and at one time presidential candidate, wasn't he? Solid guy.
Daughter of the current governor of Arkansas.
Maybe a little bit ahead of himself.
Come on, brother man.
Yeah, he's the dad of the governor
Sarah
of
Huckabee
Arkansas.
Sanders.
Shuffling to the podium with great purpose. The brother man is in the house. Talk to us, brother.
Well, good morning to you guys, and great to be with y'all. Man, the weeks are flying by. We got a little school business, but I want to close out one thing. Right below us last Saturday night, they had the watch party for the generals. Here, thought it was going to rain. It's supposed to be out in the patio. They moved it into 207.
That's right below us is Greeks 205, and adjacent is Greeks 207.
And we're in 205 and a half.
That's
Right.
right. You're
Peter
205. and a
McNally
half.
wants to know what the physical address of our studio is. I'll give you the address.
I think he
Peter.
wants to mail us some fecal matter.
And they had it's like a
Ryson.
pep rally. They had 4 TV sets on with the Generals game, one behind the bar and 3 in front. Everybody was there. Your buddies, a lot of your buddies that listen here.
Oh, yeah.
And George had his best night. Food everywhere. And they were having a party. Brought the same music that they would have had out the ballpark. It was
Awesome.
Night, about 80 people in there.
That's awesome.
It was really good. So didn't win. That's the only bad thing about it. It
Well,
was a
the
great
Generals
night.
have had quite a run the last 4 or 5 seasons, right,
Yeah.
Ash? I mean, they've been really good.
And so just a great way to put it. They were backing them up all the way to the very end.
That's awesome.
Now, what is this week? It's getting ready for school. Well, I came in today. Brent was telling you, and you probably let Ash know. Convocation, the big get together tomorrow at Faith Family Church. All the teachers, be over 2,000 people
Wow.
inside that chapel, big church right there,
Big
whatever you want
church.
to call it. And they'll be having that. Starts at 8:30. So if you're going to go anywhere around that area when they let out tomorrow about 11:30, or go to any restaurant, it will be jammed. I've been there before, and the restaurants will be packed to the gills.
3-hour convocation.
Well, the brother
Boy,
got to talk for a
I say
while.
by the time they get out, Ash,
Do you know how long
say
it
11
takes?
o'clock. Say 11 o'clock.
Do you know how long it takes the brother to go? There you go. Hi, sweetie. I taught her. I know. I taught your mama, baby. Welcome. You
I'm
know how
just
long
gonna
it
go
takes
for a
the
while.
brother to do that? And
That's
make
the first
whole
hour of the
I'm
event.
gonna go. I won't be in that. I'll be there for just a while. But I loved it. Convocation, you get to see everybody.
You want to know the worst thing about being at a restaurant when school teachers were there?
There's a ton of tomorrow.
You can't get a
27
drink.
individual checks.
Right.
I mean, can somebody with Venmo and Cash App, can somebody just go, everybody send your money to Lisa. She's going to pay
They
for it.
don't get
Your,
paid. They
your
don't get,
mother will know about that
Ah.
convocation.
hey,
your mother
they
knows.
don't get paid enough
And then
to
they
put
don't
that kind of
tip,
money
they
on their
don't
credit
tip.
card.
And I'm telling you, the restaurants will be jammed tomorrow. Getting out of that parking lot will take a good while too.
Yeah.
I say 11 o'clock, so whatever it is. Watch out. Don't go down that street right when they're
Oh.
letting out. You won't move for a while.
Judge
Crazy.
Posey says, "Good morning to you, brother."
I love Judge. I see him lately a bunch, and I love him. Great
Says
guy.
you're looking sharp,
Thank you.
As
Thank you,
usual.
thank you.
as you.
Susan
Thank you.
Gutierrez. Good morning. Good to see you, Susan.
Hi,
God
Susan.
bless y'all. So school starts next Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead and open up STEM school. They had me over there that morning, so I'm looking forward to it. It's
So that's the 13th.
13th, sir.
Oh, wow.
Next Wednesday, 13th. When is UHV Arts? No, A&M is going to be the first day after Labor
September
Day, right?
2nd. Yep.
Right after that. I got something on that, but
The Aggies, in typical form, starting the school year with a holiday.
And don't forget Jag Fest
Jack
will
Fest
take place
September
on
the
the
4th,
4th,
right?
downtown.
Mhm. We'll be down there for that. Stout
It'll
Brothers.
be great.
Stout Brothers. It's going to be good stuff.
Like a patent checking in.
Now tell me, when does first football game for West? Isn't that the 29th?
We've got a
East,
scrimmage
West.
this Saturday,
Yes,
8
sir.
o'clock at Riverside,
I
at
think
the Memorial Stadium. And I think the first
it's,
game
it's the 29th, I think. Right?
is that right?
I think so. So that's the night before you're going to that wedding during the Texas. Ohio
Oh,
State
yeah.
game,
No, I
right?
will not. I will not be at a wedding on August
I heard
30th
you
until
say that.
after the Texas Ohio State game. The audacity. Micah Patton checking in reminds me
Micah.
we're sneaking up on the formation of another bond offering
Yep.
from
I
VISD.
heard that.
I think they were, didn't they? Was that yesterday or the day before they were dealing with that in the workshop?
Micah
Right.
Patton came in studio a couple of weeks ago and said,
Yep.
"Hey, just
He'll be in
mainly
all
women."
that crowd tomorrow.
Speaking of
Yeah.
sneaking up on, next Thursday, brother, National Wild Turkey Federation Golden Crescent chapter.
I'm there.
Banquet.
Yeah, you were there last year.
I
at
got
the,
an
at
invite
the
from
community
Lee.
center.
Uh,
Lee Zimmerman.
Is it Lee
Yeah.
Zimmerman?
Check
Great
him
guy.
out. Check him out on Facebook. We got his number somewhere if you want to get tickets, but the ticket table's still available. This federation is blowing and going. The local chapter is growing.
Right.
So make sure you get to that. That's going to be a fun. We were there last year. We had a blast.
Had a blast. I'll be there for a good portion of that evening.
It's a lot of fun, and they have many opportunities. You go to these banquets. We all do it all the time. CCA, Ducks Unlimited, all that.
See him.
Nobody has more auction items, silent auction items, or opportunities to win than the NWTF. They do a great job. It's a fun evening, and all your friends will be there.
You want tickets? 713-823-2958. That's Lee Zimmerman's
That's the
number. You
number.
can give him a call. You can also get tickets online at events.nwtf.org.
There you go.
And
Events.nwtf.org.
we will be there. Looks forward to that. Now, for
And
those that
tickets start at just $80 for a couple, $60 if you want to go by yourself. But
Piece of cake.
You can take a kid for $20. He
Yes,
gets, he gets a meal.
And all the
a-
tickets include your annual membership in
Yeah.
the National Wild Turkey Federation
and
as
it is
well.
a fun event. Really.
And they raise money to secure and make sure that turkeys have a great habitat. In fact, they're redoing the Democratic wing of the House of Representatives right now for all those turkeys.
We like the gobblers. What do you mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we like the tax-free weekend this weekend. I was going to bring that up Friday, Saturday, Sunday for what it's worth for those that have kids and want to do that shopping there. Crazy times, but yeah. So it's a lot of stuff with school. There's a ton of events coming up. Meet the Warriors. Their big parade going back is August 21st. Unleash the Titans. Now, where's yours? Meet the Warriors. Your Warriors, right, Brent?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's the 21st. It's going to be at the stadium. They're going to do it in the stadium. Their big parade of all their extracurricular groups and activities will be at the stadium. Unleash the Titans is August 18th, that Monday, second week of school, Monday, and that's going to be at
You'll be
gym.
there as well.
I'm doing both of them. Love it. It's good stuff. And having a ball.
B Small says maybe Static Cling could sponsor the show. You know, you see these people all the time, like Adam Scott, brought to you by Rolex, Mercedes-Benz, the Four Seasons. We're brought to you by Motel 6, Great Value
Bounce,
Great Value Oleo,
I love it.
and Dollar General.
great value dryer sheets.
Yeah, that's us.
I'm ready for some football. The rankings came out. Coaches poll only. Texas, number 1.
That's a joke. The whole thing, the whole
Yeah.
thing is just to stir
First game will
clicks.
say whether they're still number 1 or not.
That's right.
Texas A&M 21, Texas Tech 24. That's one to note for us. So we'll see.
Yeah.
The AP got to come out. So we'll see how that goes.
What do the coaches know?
Yeah. What are
Right.
the
They don't have time to mess with
No.
it, right?
What do you
They're
mean?
doing
What the
their own
coaches know? You're in that business, buddy.
Astros. The Astros update brought to you by
Go
the
ahead.
great folks at First State
Let me
Bank
hear
of
it.
Louise. Astros dropped one yesterday
Yeah,
to the
6-4
Marlins. Spencer Eric Getty comes out and just basically remembered that he's maybe not ready. Big league pitcher. Gave up a bunch of hits early, and Astros lose that one. What was it? 6-4.
Yeah,
Had chances late in the game. Eric Getty gets the loss. He pitched three and 2/3, gave up 11 hits, 5 earned runs. He did have 5 strikeouts, and he walked only 1 back. So his control was good, but his movement must not be good. Maybe he's not trusting that thumb yet.
Carlos Correa goes 3 for 5 yesterday.
Okay,
RBI.
Great.
Christian Walker 2 for 4.
Carlos Correa, Mr. August.
Yeah.
We'll see what he
I
does.
hope so.
See what he does come playoff time.
Where are they in the standings? How many games?
Still
up?
up
2
by
games up.
Two
Only
games
2
up?
games up though.
That's only 2 games.
Yeah, and we go
Starting 3 with the Yankees today.
well, and thankfully the Yankees haven't been the Yankees.
They're not.
They
27.
They had lost 5 in a row. One yesterday, the Yankees. So they've been
They're
slumping.
not playing very well.
No, Judge is back. We'll see how that plays out. But
Yeah.
come on, Stros.
Yankees, I don't think are currently. I don't even know if they're in the wild card spot right now. in the
I don't think
American
so.
League.
They're teetering on not
Right
being
on
in
the
playoffs.
edge, right on the cusp.
Okay, right. I love it.
The
So,
veritable cusp.
come on,
There you
Stros.
have it.
I had one little thing that I wanted to bring up.
Tell
today.
us, sir.
All right. They gave the 5 NFL teams with the best regular season record since they've been in existence. You know, you got some teams that didn't come into the league till 1996 and so forth.
Cowboys got to be one of them.
Cowboys got to be one of them. You said it. They're number 2.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Not in the top 5. Dallas is number 2. Has a percentage because they won for a good while there.
Oh, we could win some games with Tony Romo.
Can't
quarterback.
be New England because they were
Playoff.
so bad for so long. San Francisco was so bad
I
for
know.
so long.
Since when? This is since when?
Since they came into the league. That's it.
Okay.
Like
Well,
Baltimore
maybe
came
like
in the league in 1996.
Chicago Bears or maybe like the
Chicago
Cleveland
Bears number
Browns.
5. All right. Give me another. What's an old school team that you?
Chiefs.
Lombardi.
The Chiefs.
Chiefs are in there.
Green
They're number
Bay?
4. Green Bay number 3.
How about Minnesota?
Not
Hey,
in there,
Minnesota,
but the
hey.
one that was number 1 came in the league in 1996. The Lamar Jackson's team,
Baltimore.
Baltimore Ravens, had
Wow.
the best overall record percentage-wise since they came in the league. Dallas 2, Green Bay 3, Kansas City 4, and Chicago 5.
And the Ravens also have the highest incarceration rate per.
Those go together.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got to have, you can't have a bunch of
The
choir
Bears
boys.
are on that list
Rick,
because
I
they
didn't see
beat
that
up on
list.
Right.
I didn't
the
see that
Joliet Correctional League teams
Right,
for
no
so
kidding.
list.
long.
I didn't see that list, man.
No
I'm ready for
kidding.
some football. I don't know about
We
you.
are ready.
Well, 3 games tonight in the NFL. If you care about preseason crappy football, you can
Yeah,
watch
that-
Indianapolis and
I can't
Baltimore on
watch that
NFL
stuff.
Network or Vegas and Seattle. I cannot watch preseason
watch it.
football. It's tough.
College starts on the 23rd The first, there's not any big games. The 30th is the big games. Some bigger games, which is Ohio State, Texas.
Wow.
That's Lee Corso's last game that he'll be on TV on game day.
To be honest, he probably should have been put out to pasture.
I wonder-
Years ago.
You know, this is like trivia. I mean,
I don't know. Brother Man
pick
says there's some
Texas?
games on the 23rd he doesn't watch, but Iowa State and Kansas State could
That's
be a
not
pretty
bad.
entertaining game.
No, that's not bad. It's not the bigger one. That's not bad. No.
Stanford
Listen,
at Hawaii.
diehards, Ash,
I don't know.
watch-
I'm looking forward to the 28th when Stony Brook plays San Diego State.
That's the one. That's the one.
That's the game.
We love football.
We love football.
football. Ash, we love football.
Elon
We're ready
plays
for
Duke. They're going to have a chess match and also a Mensa test. Afterwards.
Wagner takes on Kansas on the 29th. That's the game of the year right there.
Jayhawks. And I saw about 7 or 8 SEC teams in the coaches poll within top 25. So yeah, they'll be strong. SEC will be strong.
Colorado State at Washington, Utah at UCLA.
Where's your team, Ash?
Idaho and Washington State on the 29th, 30th.
Is this
Saturday
Mateer
night.
guy?
That'll be a
This
Friday night.
Mateer guy that transferred to OU, is he a difference maker?
See,
There you go. That's great
Are you
journalism right there.
I'm ready.
We'll see.
Ohio
well,
State.
here's a guy that started off great, and we ended up losing enough games to fall out of the opportunity to be in the playoffs. When nut cutting time was there, Mateer didn't do the nut cutting. So there we go.
The problem was
Well, I'm for Washington.
ESPN
I'm
and
Washington
ABC
State
decided
boy.
that Washington State
We-
shouldn't be in the
Brad,
playoff.
we got to pull for him too.
I know. We do.
We
We
have to pull
love him.
for him. He's a buddy. You know.
Baylor plays Auburn on the 29th. John Anderson, thank you, brother.
Appreciate that, John.
Brother man, always love you, sir.
Thank
Top of
you
the
very
hour.
much. God bless you.
We hope you guys have a safe day.
We'll
Join
see
me.
y'all manana.
Join me in boycotting the water boil. Have a great day, folks.
Bye, folks.
Bye-bye.